Good evening, here is top news newsletter starting with headlines. President al-Assad meets Qasimi, assert importance of Syrian-Iranian relations. More terrorists eliminated in many areas across the country. Russian sanctions must be lifted now, Holland. 2 policemen guarding Christian church killed in Egypt. President Bashar al-Assad received head of the Iranian-Syrian Economic Relations Development Committee, Rostom Qasimi, and the accompanying delegation. Talks during the meeting tackled the efforts being made to strengthen economic relations between Syria and Iran and the need for optimal investment in the available opportunities in various vital sectors to benefit both countries. President al-Assad stressed the need for the Syrian-Iranian economic vision to intermingle with the political and strategic vision between the two countries, underlining the need to facilitate procedures and overcome obstacles hindering the development of economic cooperation, as this cooperation strengthens the historic relations between the two countries, people, and realizes their common interests. For his part, Qasimi reiterated the Iran support for the Syrian people in the face of the unjust war waged upon it, affirming that Iran is committed to continue providing support and expertise to empower Syria on the economic level and bolster the steadfastness until victory is achieved. In Damascus countryside, the army destroyed dens of the gathering of terrorists and killed many of them, among them mercenaries from Chechnya and Saudi Arabia in eastern Al-Ghouta. The army gained a remarkably advance in Jobar, establishing control on a number of buildings after fierce clashes with the terrorists and killing many of them. In Zibdin and Arbin and Jrud al-Kalamoun, the army killed a number of terrorists and others were injured in a military operation against their gathering and hideouts, while in Deir ez-Zor an army unit destroyed hideouts and gathering of the ISIS, killing and injuring 11 terrorists and destroying armored vehicles in Al-Zira, Ayyash regions in Deir ez-Zor countryside, while in Dar'a units of the army killed a number of terrorists and destroyed 3 mortar launchers and homemade rocket launcher called Jahannam Kanun in Dar'a al-Balad in the southern province. Other units destroy a hide for terrorist leaders in Ataman town in Dar'a countryside. In the French view, French President François Hollande is worried of the impact of economic crisis in Russia might have on Europe. He has called for sanctions imposed against Moscow to be lifted as soon as there progress in the peace talks over Ukraine. If Russia has a crisis, it's not necessarily good for Europe, Hollande said during a 2-hour interview in the Radio Nation France Inter. I'm not for the policy for attaining goals by making things worse. I think that sanctions must stop now. Hollande said he wanted to make sure there's progress in the peace talks over the situation in Ukraine before putting an end to sanctions. He hoped to see signs of mutual understanding at the January 15th talks. He hopes to see signs of mutual understanding at the January 5th talks in Kazakhstan. While in the Egyptian view, 2 police officers guarding a Coptic Christian church in a town near Cairo have been shot dead by a masked man. Witnesses and local security sources say, Reuters reports. The incident comes a day before Egyptian Coptic Christmas. At this time of year, security is usually particularly tight at the churches. Coptic Christians make up about 10% of the Egyptian population, while they generally coexist peacefully with the country's Muslim majority. The ouster of President Mohammed Morsi of Muslim Brotherhood in July 2013 was followed by a rise in attacks on Christian churches and properties. That was all for today. Thanks for joining us. I'm Nibal Hneidi. Good night.